That sounds a little like Georgia. I don't like that phrase too much. They've had a wonderful last victory. I mean, really a big last victory. I wasn't expecting them to be that thorough of a whipping on Ohio State. Really thought Ohio State might give them all they wanted. So they have improved a lot, and that was probably the most overall best game they played all year. So you see them play in different phases and different times. And they didn't have a letdown in that game, and usually every game this year they've had some kind of loss of attention or thought they had it, put it in third gear or slowed down or wasn't awake or did something for a few minutes to let the team get back in it. They'd never let Ohio State get back in it. If they can stop Alabama's running game, certainly make it very hard on Alabama to move the football. I mean to keep up with Clemson, because Clemson's going to score some points, probably. Quarterback at Alabama hadn't played bad all year. With their offensive line coordinator leaving, that could create some problems if the kid starts off bad, fumbles, throws interceptions. How's the other guy going to handle it?
Would you like to be in that situation?
No. Either it's going to be a stupid move or a brilliant move. There's no in between. Say the quarterback at Alabama has a terrible start. He's not going to feel as comfortable with the new guy as he did with the guy that's been there for all year, naturally. They're not going to have that kind of relationship. The other guy's going to have a better relationship. But the guy may be a heck of a coach, and Alabama might be better offensively because of it. But it's a gamble. It's not no sure shot bet either way. I mean, it would make me nervous. But I think Clemson's got more opportunities this year than they had last year, even though I was at the Alabama and Washington game and was on the field there for a while. And they're a good-looking football team. Alabama's a good-looking football team, and they're not. It's not no accident that they're undefeated. They're very physically developed as a defensive football team and play very well together as a defensive football team. So I know last year that Saban was really disappointed that Clemson scored so many points and moved the ball so well. So I think he's going to spend extra time with the defensive people this year. So if Alabama stops Clemson scoring, and then Clemson can make Alabama one-dimensional and take the run away, then it ought to be a good game, but not as high scoring as last year. Yeah, there again, Alabama's a different breed. I know I'm from Alabama, I played Alabama and all that, but they just, on the run that they're on, they just think they can't get beat. And the people in Alabama believe that. The only problem is everything has to end sometime. And a lot of people at Clemson feels like that they entitled to it, or this is their year, or this is the time when everything's going to happen. Well, it ain't going to happen by accident. I'll assure you, Alabama's not going to give it to them. Clemson's going to have to play very well. And even though it's a reversal from last year where Alabama had one defeat and Clemson was undefeated, this is just a reversal. So, if you believe in all that starry stuff and everything's lining up right, you might want to think Clemson's got a good chance, but nobody knows. In 60 minutes from Monday night, we'll know, and somebody will be happy and somebody will be sad. Clemson would probably feel more comfortable that they have a chance to win than they did last year, because they thought they were a better team even though they got beat last year. They didn't know that going in. Now, this year, I think Alabama's a better football team than they were last year. Not offensively, but defensively. Now, how is Clemson going to play offensively? Are they going to turn the football over? Are they going to throw interceptions? Can they beat the defensive backfield of Alabama one-on-one? And their receivers have been pretty good. It's just going to be a chess match, and I think Alabama feels 100% sure they're going to win. And I think Clemson probably feels 100% they're going to win. And both of them can't win. I mean, it ain't going to happen. And they're not going to tie. So we might be up to 1:30 that night, Tuesday morning, watching the game. It may last a long time. They may play forever. Maybe go in several overtime situations. I don't see it being a high-scoring game like a lot of people. I believe it'll be a better defensive football game this year than it was 45-40. I don't predict anything anymore. Every time I thought Washington was going to play the devil out of Alabama last year, and they were really a good-looking, physically good-looking, big, tall, lanky football team, and I was impressed with Washington. And I thought they'd have a better game plan offensively, but with a minute and 23 seconds to go in the half, instead of going in by one score, they threw an interception, and Alabama scored, and that was turning point in the ball game. They went ahead by 17-3, I believe, 17-7, rather than 10-7. Alabama has scored more points defensively than anything ever in history. If they can score defensively versus Clemson, it'd put Clemson in a bad situation. They've been able to have two really fantastic years. Very hard to do. They've hit it really well. Quarterback's helped them a lot. I think he's been a key to a lot of it. They got good players. They caught Florida State down a little bit with a new young quarterback this particular year. And last year they just flat out won it from them. But and they won a couple of games this year that they were very lucky to win. But they won them, and that's all that matters. At the end of the year, you don't say, well, we should have got beat this game. When you won, you forget it. So they've won a tremendous amount, a lot of football games in the last several years. So they got a good program going, and hopefully they'll keep it going. It feels good to see a team from our state, one of the best teams in the country. That makes you happy. Throw your chest out a little bit bigger, and you breathe a little bit slower. You walk a little taller. You know, a lot of things make you show out a little bit when you're really, really good, and you know you're good. So you can act a little different than when you've been beaten and keep your head down and afraid to look up, and see people eye to eye. So you got to think that we have as good a school as anybody in the country. Football-wise, academically-wise, people want to get to school here, the growth of the school, the enrollment, the university, how much they're building. It makes you proud of the fact that you went to school there or were associated with them, or help maybe get them there a little bit. You helped get them there, and maybe our football team helped get them there. But now they got to stay there, and they have for 2 doggone solid years getting to and they can continue as long as they win the conference championship. That's what they got to do now. The conference championship becomes so much more important than it ever has. When I watch a football game, I want to watch it, and I want to see, and I want to hear, and I want to get somebody else's opinion on TV, which half the time they're wrong, but at least you get at somebody what they're thinking, but you can see a lot better on watching it. And I don't want somebody there with me wanting to know what I think about this play or this play, So I'd much rather watch it by myself than on an important game like that. Kind of thinking, why did they do that? Or, if a guy misses a pass, I might, stretch a little bit, try to help him reach it. Or if a guy misses a block, I might duck for the quarterback or something like that. Or jump. But I have a lot of movement in my body when I watch a football game, because you just learn to do that. I've even got cramps in a football game because it's straining so hard, jump up and then fall on the floor. But it's hard to enjoy one when you got a little investment in it, and I got an investment in both of these teams. I mean, and I'm really not going to enjoy it as thoroughly as if only one team was in it, because I like both teams. I made a living with one team, and one team gave me an opportunity to go to school, get a master's degree, and be able to earn a living and play for a great football coach. So, best team wins. Good luck to both of them, and see what happens. And wake up Tuesday morning and just go back, and like I say, somebody's going to be holding the trophy, and I'm going to Nashville on Tuesday and be part of a TV show where they present a trophy to the winning coach. So I look forward to that. Well, they're going to have a little TV deal on Tuesday on, I think, on Sports, CBS Sports or something, one of them. Well, each year, any team that's won a national championship, like the crystal ball, they'll hand it from coach to coach, and whoever won it last year, which would be Saban, will hand it to whoever wins it this year. Now, Saban's going to have to move up 3 or 4 different spots because he had about 4 of them. And if he wins it this year, then they might have to cut TV a little short because he just, he can do last year and this year. Yeah. The fan base, I think, is probably important for Clemson because it's been 35 years. Alabama did it last year, and they did it 5 out of the last 8 years, I believe, 4 out of the last 8, something like that. So they're kind of used to it. Yeah. It's been a long time for Alabama, for Clemson, and they don't have a one in the history. So I think that's why Clemson has, the people have such a great feeling that it's their time and they want it. They're so excited about it. But Alabama's just like, well, we're supposed to, that's just the way we do things at Alabama. We're supposed to win it, and then y'all just get out of here. Clemson said, well, it's our time. So nobody knows second, but they do know who won in 2017 or 2016.
Just talk a little bit about Deshaun Watson.
He's been really good. I think he's been a difference maker, and they think they're going to continue to be good. They will be pretty good because they got good players, but until they have the guy that pulls the trigger like he has, they're going to beat who they're supposed to beat. But the Florida States, the Louisvilles, and the Pittsburghs, as of now it looks like, the people that are good, they're going to have good quarterback play. And this kid has played pretty doggone good ever since he's been here.
Lost 3 games.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good. Back then, it was just get ready for the next year, get ready for the next game. So we happen to have won it, but now you got to defend it, and you don't have time to think about it. Now, if you had time to think now, I would have probably been smart enough. I would have probably kept a lot of stuff and took a lot of notes and wrote a book or 2 books, or we consoled some, but I'm so old now and a lot of people are dead, so what if I said something they can't defend what I said, If you're a sports fan and you were alive in '81, you probably know who won the national championship, and that was Clemson.
In case you forgot.
In case you forgot.